What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I thought there was something I had to catch up on, and there were a few career videos that I think I had to do. For one, Duncan Keith, who just retired, I needed to do a career video for him as he played during basically my entire lifetime. And I'm also going to do one for Brian Marchment tomorrow. He was a Blackhawk for 3 seasons, and just to give honor to his memory, I decided it'd be a good idea. So that'll probably come out tomorrow or the day after, depending when I have time, because I do have to work tomorrow. So, in 2002, Duncan Keith, it's the one year the Hawks make the playoffs in the dark ages. He's taken in the second round, 54th overall. Absolute steal, no question about it. His first 2 years are spent with the Norfolk Admirals of the AHL, the Hawks AHL affiliate, where he tallies up 75 points in 2 seasons. As he was supposed to make his debut in the 2004-05 season, but that season was wiped out by the lockout, so it's pushed back to 2005-06 after 2 seasons with the AHL. In 2005-06, he plays 81 games, 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. Not bad for a rookie defenseman. And he also signs a 4-year extension with the team. 2006-07, he becomes a prominence with young defensemen as well, Brent Seabrook, who him and he become the first defensive pair to play 1,000 games together. I believe it was in 2016-17 or 2017-18. But yeah, he plays 82 games, 2 goals, 29 assists, 31 points. No playoffs once again for him, and it wouldn't be that long off, though. Sorry about that. Anyway, 2007-08, Keith plays 82 games, 12 goals, 20 assists, 32 points. He gets in his first All-Star Game appearance in 2008. The Hawks don't make the playoffs, but it wouldn't be long. And he also wins a silver medal at the World Championships. They lose to Russia in the final of that year. In 2008-09, Keith plays 77 games, 8 goals, 36 assists, 44 points. 17 games played in the playoffs, no goals, 6 assists, 6 points, and he's named alternate captain at the start of the year with fellow alternate captain Patrick Sharp. So, adding on to his already pretty decent resume at a young age. 2009-10, 82 games played, it's a big year. 14 goals, 55 assists for a career-high 69 points. 22 games played, 2 goals, 15 assists, 17 points in the playoffs. He wins the Stanley Cup, the Norris, a 13-year extension, a gold medal at the Winter Olympics in Vancouver, is a first-team All-Star. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic season for Duncan Keith, and arguably his best season of his career. In 2010-2011, 82 games, 7 goals, 38 assists, 45 points, not too bad. Hawks take a dip that year. In 7 games played in the playoffs, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points in those 7 games. Fantastic. And he gets in the All-Star game, so he gets a second All-Star game appearance, along with being a first-team All-Star. That's 3 All-Stars altogether. Although you don't play in the All-Star game if you're an All-Star, it just means that you're named to it. But so, yeah. And, 2011-2012, this is where stuff starts to happen. 74 games played, 4 goals, 36 assists, 40 points, and he's suspended 5 games for elbowing Daniel Sedin, and that's when the Vancouver hatred of Keith pretty much escalated to a breaking point. And in the 6 playoff games, he has no goals, 1 assist, 1 point, as the Hawks are beaten by Phoenix. The what if on that coming soon. And to the man who commented about the Boston about the final, about Hawks going on that run and to beat Boston, to only lose to Boston in 5. I will say I respect it. It hurt as well. I sent you the reply if you're watching, and yeah, believe me, I understood every bit of it, but it was just what I saw in my own eyes. So 2012-2013 is a shortened season. He plays 47 games out of 48, 3 goals, 24 assists, 27 points. And in the playoffs, he plays 22 games, 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. He wins the Stanley Cup, but he gets his second suspension as in Game 3 of the Western Conference Final against LA. It was a complete accident, you could tell, but it was still a dirty play. Jeff Carter Keith's glove fell off on the ice. Jeff Carter shot it a little bit down the ice, and Keith, trying to hit him in like the chest area or the shoulder area, came right up, hit Carter right here. And he was suspended a game for Game 4, came back in Game 5 and made a big impact and won the series with the Hawks. 2013-14, the second biggest year for Keith, you could argue. 79 games played, 6 goals, 55 assists, 61 points for his second career high, which is not his career high, but it's the second most points he's ever tallied. In 19 games played, he has 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. He wins the Norris gold medal in the Sochi, I think it was it Sochi? Yeah, Sochi that year, Sochi Olympics with Team Canada, and is for the second time in his career a first-team All-Star. 2014-15, 80 games played, 10 goals, 35 assists, 45 points. In 23 games played in the playoffs, he has 3 goals, 18 assists, 21 points. Wins his 3rd Stanley Cup, Conn Smythe, and is in the All-Star game. At this point, you could already call him a Hall of Famer. This is where pretty much this solidified his Hall of Fame. 2015-16, 67 games played, 9 goals, 34 assists, 43 points. However, he's suspended his 3rd and final time, as he gets a 6-game suspension, 5 games in the regular season, and Game 1 of the playoffs against St. Louis that year, for slashing Charlie Coyle. Coyle had basically thrown him to the ground, and Keith just threw his stick up at him, and it whacked him right across the face, and it hit the nose, and it was bleeding pretty bad. I mean, was it worth 6 games? Maybe 3, not 6, but yeah. So then in the playoffs, he plays 6 games instead of 7. He still has 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. So pretty good playoffs for him. 2016-17, this is his last pretty much good year that he was a number 1 defenseman. 80 games played, 6 goals, 47 assists, 53 points. In the playoffs, he plays 4 games, 0 goals, 1 assist, and 1 point, as the Hawks are embarrassingly swept by Nashville, and he's one of the only players to register a point in the series, as the Hawks only scored 3 goals that series. He is in his 3rd or 4th All-Star game at this point, 4th All-Star game, and is a second-team All-Star, so his final All-Star game, so he has 4 All-Star games, 1 second-team All-Star, 2 first-team All-Stars. Fantastic. 2017-18, he plays 82 games, 2 goals, 30 assists, 32 points, which has the lowest total he has since the shortened season here, and not counting that, 32 points in 2007-08, where he was an All-Star. And then in 2018-19, he has a little bit of a bounce back. 82 games played, 6 goals, 34 assists, 40 points. No playoffs for the 2nd year in a row for the Hawks. But in 2019-20, he goes on one more run with the Hawks. 61 games played, 3 goals, 24 assists, 27 points. In the playoffs, the Hawks get in as the 12th seed in the West because of the extended playoffs and the pandemic and the bubble and all that. In the first round against Edmonton, he played great as they beat them in 4 games, and then they lose to Vegas in 5 for totaling 9 games. Might be the only team I can remember that played 9 games in a playoff. So yeah, 0 goals, 5 assists, 5 points as he gets his last 5 points as in the playoffs with the Hawks. And he spends one more season with the Hawks, as in 2020-2021. 54 games played in a little bit of a shortened season. Same with 2019-20. 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. No playoffs. And then the unthinkable happens. He is traded with Tim Soderlund, an AHLer, for a 3rd-round pick, which was conditional. It could be a 2nd if they did something in the final, I think. And Caleb Jones. And the Hawks don't retain any salary, which shocks the world to begin with. And people are kind of wondering, what the heck is Ken Holland doing? Because now their cap was basically gone. 2021-22, his 1 season with the Edmonton Oilers. 64 games played, 1 goal, 20 assists, 21 points. In the playoffs, 16 games played, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points as he goes on his last run to the conference final. How many times did he go to the conference final? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in his career. So pretty good playoff career to begin with. And he's credited with the development of Evan Bouchard, up-and-coming defenseman in Edmonton. He played a great role as he basically played with Bouchard the whole year. Great mentor to him. So Bouchard could turn out to be the next Keith in the future. Who knows? And so his totals: 1,256 games played, 106 goals, 540 assists, 646 points. In the playoffs, 151 games played, 19 goals, 72 assists, 91 points. Pretty fantastic career. And while he still had 1 year left on his 13-year deal that he signed all the way back in 2009-10, that year is now a cap penalty to the Blackhawks for signing the contract because reasons. And it was basically made to punish those teams that made long-term contracts, like the Vancouver and the Luongo deal, New Jersey and the Kovalchuk deal, and the Hawks and the Keith deal. And so yeah, the Hawks are going to have like a $5 million plus penalty, and then for this year, and then the next year they have a $1 million penalty. So if you wanted to say, oh, at least we have some cap space to take on some dead cap at the deadline and maybe get some picks, no. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this one. Another career video, another what if coming soon. Doubt it will be today. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and tell me down below, do you think this guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer? He gets in, no doubt. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer when he's eligible in 2025, I believe it will be. It will be because he needs 3 years, so it would be 22, it would be 23, 24, 25. So yeah, the 2025, end of the 2025 season. I'll be on the wrong, debatably wrong side of 20. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this one. Tell me down below whether you think Keith is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I know he was one of the last players left from my childhood, but along with Taze and Kane, they were the big three, and if you count the big six or even the big seven, including Jarmelson. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this one. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.